Hi, welcome back to Probable Magic. This is Modonomics, episode number 7. I'm going to talk about investment cards. In Magic Online, card values can fluctuate a lot because it is very easy to buy and sell cards in Modo. They're very liquid, as I say, easy to move them around more easily than physical cards in real life, which makes the value of them, both the buy and sell price, very tied to supply and demand. Now, this allows you to use that if you are able to predict well on what's going to happen to a card's value, to allow you to buy or sell it, as the case may be, at the right time to really maximize your value off that transaction. Some people are very, very good at that. I am very much a novice in this area. The particular example I have where I was really able to do this is with Doubling Season. Doubling Season was an enchantment card from the original Ravnica block. It was a 5-mana green enchantment that when you played any card entered play under your control with counters on it, got twice that many counters instead. This was printed in Ravnica. The next block was Lorwyn, which introduced the first Planeswalkers, the Lorwyn 5, which were not the most powerful Planeswalkers, but had really cool ultimate abilities. There was a deck that I particularly liked playing that used Doubling Season, and then you put Planeswalker in play. It got twice as many counters on it, and you could immediately use its ultimate. That was a huge ability, a lot of fun. So I played that deck. A little while later, life got busy for me. I went away from Magic for a while and came back about a year ago for Return to Ravnica block. Now, during that time that I was gone, Wizards decided that this interaction between Doubling Season and Planeswalkers was broken. It probably was, and Doubling Season was banned in a lot of formats, but I think was still a popular commander card. And I found, to my surprise, that Doubling Season had gone up in price because of its popularity as a commander card to about $5. I don't remember what it was worth at the time of Ravnica, but I think it was well under 1 online. It was not a valuable card. So I found that I had several Doubling Seasons, now worth a couple dollars a piece, and Commander was a format that I didn't play, but even if I decided to, I would only need one, because you can only play one of a card in Commander. And the deck that I had liked playing Doubling Season in, I now couldn't play even in Casual because it was banned in most of those formats. So I had this card that I didn't need anymore and wasn't sure what to do with. When spoilers for Modern Masters started coming out, one of the cards included in Modern Masters was Doubling Season. And I realized that the demand for Doubling Season couldn't be that great just for Commander format, in that when Modern Masters started increasing the supply of Doubling Season, the price was going to drop significantly, and decided then that was the right time to sell off some of those Doubling Seasons at $5 a piece. Modern Masters came out. I was correct. Doubling Season significantly dropped in price. I'd have to check exactly where it is now. I know it quickly dropped to at least under 2, and if I wanted to, I could go and rebuy new Doubling Seasons at a lower price and have the cards I had but picked up $3 a piece or more. So where am I going with this? The often big changes in value of a card occur when sets cycle in or out of Standard. It's been my observation, though I don't play much Standard. I am almost strictly a limited player right now. I hope to break into Constructed a little bit in the future. So I have looked at some Constructed deck lists, and it's been my observation that the vast majority of them are multicolored decks. There are some mono black, mono red decks out there, and I'm sure there's a few monocolored blue, white, and green decks too. But the vast majority that I've seen are multiple colors and rely a lot on dual lands for fixing. In the Standard environment that's existed for the past year has had a vast array of dual lands to choose from to really have a strong multicolor mana base, because M13 had a cycle of allied dual lands, and then Innistrad block had a cycle, I think, of enemy dual lands, so that covers all the combinations. And then Return to Ravnica block had the complete cycle of all 10 shock lands. And those are just the good dual lands. Then you have the complete cycle of all the gates, which are not as good, but I think still often included in a pinch. So a vast array. Sometime in September, Theros will be released. M13 will cycle out of Standard. Innistrad will cycle out of Standard. So all those dual lands from M13 and Innistrad will cycle out. M14 does not have a good cycle of dual lands to replace what's being lost from M13. And Theros is not spoiled yet, but my prediction is that on the heels of such a strong multicolor gold set like Return to Ravnica, is that Wizards will swing the pendulum back in the other direction for Theros and have a much less focus on gold be probably, I'm not sure I would say there's no gold, but very little, and probably a lot fewer dual lands. That's a prediction. If that happens, then the heavy lifting for fixing in constructed standard falls to all the return to Ravnica dual lands. And though return to Ravnica will be available in draft for the next year, its popularity will decrease because newer, fresher blocks will be out. And also I think that's the point where it goes to being only available as a 4-3-2-2, which is a less popular format to draft in. So the supply of RTR shock lands becoming available will dwindle at the same time as the demand for them increasing, being as the only good dual lands for standard construction, which means their value should go up. So for Modonomics, where we're doing this experiment and trying to maximize return on investment, this seems like a good time, per the predictions I just stated, to invest in some RTR dual lands while the price is low, because then the price will go up, increasing either the value of my card collection if I decide to hold them, or allowing me to sell them at a higher price for profit in the future. So that's what I want to do. Unfortunately, I don't want to take a huge block of money and buy up a chunk of dual lands, because it's just not a good option for me right now. What I do have is a bunch of dual lands in my previous account. So I'm essentially, for the Modonomics purposes, going to buy them from myself. Because I'm treating Modonomics as if Probable Magic was a new player with nothing, I don't want to just say, well, I have this and now I'm going to transfer it in. I need to treat it for the purpose of my ROI as I bought them. So let's go over to our ROI. Well, actually, over here. So what I had in my old account, just what I happened to have, was 16 dual lands of assorted flavors, worth a total value of about $70. And if I were to go to a bot and buy them from a bot, I could buy these 16 dual lands for 70 tickets. So that's what I'm considering myself to have spent on acquiring these 16 dual lands. Except instead of buying them from the bot that I priced them on, I then bought them from myself. And I didn't go to the store and buy 70 tickets and trade them to myself. I just traded to them myself, but for my ROI calculation, treated it as if Probable Magic had spent $70 to acquire these. So I spent $70, increasing my total cost, but then my card value jumped up. Now again, $70 is what it cost me to buy them, but what I've done for card value estimates in the past is assume that the price I could sell them for was 70% of the buy price. So the value for my collection only $49. So my cost went up by 70, my card value went up by 49. And I did that because I think over the next couple months that $49 is going to increase and improve my ROI on Probable Magic, where I've been disappointed in how it's been dropping. I really expected when I did this that my ROI in Probable Magic would take a hit because of that 70% difference from the buy and sell price, but actually the percentage of 70% value I'm retaining because of how poorly I've been doing actually even improved my ROI at the moment for Probable Magic. So that's my thoughts on investment cards with my predictions for this specifically. Dual lands I predict are going to see an increase in value over the next couple months, and we will see if that prediction holds true and helps improve this ROI experiment that I've been struggling with. That's Modonomics, and I'll see you next time.